Hello and welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here on Farming Simulator. And just by the quick look of it, it looks like we have a few fields to harvest. So we will start there. I can't really even remember what we have planted in here. It looks like a dark, gloomy day. Hopefully it doesn't start raining in the middle of this harvest. See that out there? Maybe it's just because it's morning. We'll unfold the harvester. We'll head over this way. I don't know if you guys saw on one sec. I don't know if you guys saw in the time lapse, but we did end up getting a few horses. Here they are. Well, that one's trying to just come on out. Nice. And I also got a bell trailer that I can't figure out how it works really. Just kind of dumps the bells all over the floor. Whatever works though, I guess. But let's start our harvests. I think the best thing to do would just be come up over here and drop off the header trailer over here on the side. Like so. And then we can grab the header. One thing that we need to look at getting here soon is a power washer, so we can start cleaning our equipment. It's getting dirty. We also need to get a shop, or maybe I need to look in the mod hub and get like the little toolbox or something, just because it's cheaper. But we'll see. That's something to worry about at a later date. Oh, so this looks like it's some oats for our horses. I think I remember that's what we planted this for. So we'll go ahead and get this done real quick. And we have to do this field ourselves because the angle that it's at, the worker doesn't really like to do this field. But I was thinking that what we need to do is we should probably, after we plant this, we should plant grass here. And you know what we could even do? Well, hold on one second. Let me get lined up here and let me check something. Because eventually I'd like to get cows and stuff. So we're gonna need a baler. But we don't have money for a baler. They're so expensive. So, because what I was going to do is I was going to say, well, we should throw the swath on the ground so we can come through and pick it up with a baler. But we don't have enough money. We only have $80,000 in the bell trailer I got. I guess I could sell it. But then, even so, even if I did sell it, and if we look at balers again, $76,000 is for the... I mean, we could get this one, but then we'd have to come through and wrap it with a bell wrapper right here. And so I think it would just be a better idea to buy this one. Yeah. So we're going to have to just save up some money. So maybe before we plant grass, we'll just keep on planting other things to help us get that money coming in. But once our horses are done and they've been sold, then we'll have a big chunk of money. But I was thinking with that chunk of money first, what we should do is pay off our loan. Because our loan is getting pretty high. I can't remember. I think it's like $200,000. It might even be more than that. Here, let's check real quick, just so we have an idea. We're at $150,000. So if we have 4 horses, we're gonna make, in a while, in a couple days anyway, we'll make $200,000, and so we can go ahead and pay back the loan, and we'll have a little bit of extra on the top. But we do have to pay for the transportation fee, and then we have to buy at least 4 new horses. So we'll see when the time comes. Let's not look too far ahead. Still focus at the task at hand. Another thing we could do is we have, if you look straight ahead of us, we have our field of, I think it has soybean in it right now, but right next to it, here, sorry I keep bringing up the menu, but just so you guys understand what I'm talking about. See, we have this field, and this field is the one that has our soybean in it, but then we have this field right here, and we could plow it up and plant grass in it, or we can just cut the grass that's already in it, or we could go ahead and just mow the grass, or yeah, mow it how it is, you know, like I don't know what I'm trying to explain here, but yeah, we could just use the field as it is, or we can plow it up and plant some other crop in it. I went over and looked at it, it was a while ago now, at the shape of it, and I can't really think of a good shape field to put in there. I mean, I could go around the border kind of like I did with the other field, or what we could do is we could cut down the trees, because there are some trees that are in between our soybean field and that field I just showed you. We could cut down those trees, and then we could expand our soybean field over into that area and make a pretty giant field. So that's always an option. I just haven't quite decided what the best approach for that would be. Not yet, anyway. And then I was also thinking about getting chickens. The thing is I've had chickens before, and as far as I can tell, they don't make, I mean, they're fun. They're cool to have on the farm. Don't get me wrong. But they just don't bring much money. I mean, I guess everything extra helps. You know, we don't pay much for chickens. They don't require a lot, and so you just get money from the eggs. I understand that. But it just seems, as of right now, that I don't know, I just can't justify doing it. So after we get this field taken care of, we can go ahead and take care of that field. Either hire I think what we'll do is we'll hire a worker and to do that field for us, and while they're doing that field, we'll come over here and we will fertilize and plant some more crop into this field. I'm not sure what we're going to plant in here yet. Maybe just, probably, yeah, probably just like sticking with normal soybean or canola, mainly because they sell for the most, and as of right now we're trying to make money. But eventually we're going to want to get pigs or cows, one or the other, or eventually we'll probably get both. But then these fields will be a lot more useful in getting things that they need. Like, I know that pigs need sunflower and corn and soybean, and they pretty much need it all. The only thing that I don't know if we will feed them would be potatoes and stuff like that, the root crops. And the main reason being because it takes so long. But I guess if we could just get a little root crop silo thing, and place it on our farm somewhere, and then we can do like this field right here that I'm on, full of them, the potatoes or whatever, and then we can just lease the machinery and just do it once, and that should probably be enough to feed them for quite a while. I don't know I've never had pigs, so I don't know how much they eat, but you know, judging by their name, they're pigs. They probably eat a lot. It's kind of like how we say, they're like a pig. But we will find out probably. Looks like this harvest is almost done. Not too bad. Quick and painless. I wonder if we're gonna need... Nope, I was gonna see if we needed to lime it, but it doesn't look like it. Not yet, anyway. So what we'll do right now is we'll go grab that tractor over there with the trailer on it, and we'll come unload this harvester. And if you guys watch the time lapse, then you'll notice that we still have both trailers. I was gonna sell that trailer, and I actually did, but then the recording got messed up, and I had to redo it. And yeah, I sold it, but then I had to redo it, and it didn't save me selling it. And then I completely decided against selling it because you only get like $7,000 for it. So I figured there's a better possibility of it coming in handy, and if it doesn't, we can always sell it at a later date. So we'll leave this here. We'll go hop in this guy again. And once he's done unloading, we'll head over there and get a worker started on that field. Then we'll run back and empty this trailer. But we might as well have the worker going while we're taking care of other odds and ends around our farm. We'll come up here. And set a worker off for us. They should get it good, no problems. Awesome. Alright, carry on. I was also thinking that maybe what we could do eventually is, here, I'll show you. If we come over here, if you see these lines right here from the plants being, if we took and we followed that line from this corner straight out like this, all the way to the line that's already made, it shouldn't come across any of our paths or anything. See, about right. Oh, it would hit our path. But I was thinking we could make this field a lot bigger by adding in, you know, quite a chunk of land to it. And it would mess up our path a little bit, but we could always come through with the landscape manager and just go around it and fix it up. So maybe we'll look into that later. I'll probably put that in a time lapse if I ever do it, just because plowing takes forever. But we'll see. We're not there yet. Just trying to plan ahead. It's best to have a game plan or a plan of attack. To-do list. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we'll dump this out, and then we'll go ahead and take this trailer near the harvester so it's ready when we need it. Or actually, we'll just leave it in here. We can always drive it over when we need it. That harvester shouldn't get full from that field. But we will come over here and grab our other tractor with narrow tires on it. And grab our fertilizer tank. Yeah, look at all of our machinery. It's so dirty. We definitely need a power washer. We'll come out over here and we'll fertilize this real quick. Just to throw down the first layer. Oh, about right here should be good, I think. Yep, we're good. I'm learning it's way better to have a little bit going over the edge than to miss it, because then you have to come back around and do a little strip, and you're wasting a whole bunch of fertilizer on just a little strip of unfertilized land. Alright. So we'll just keep following there's this line that our harvester has left in the field for us, which seems to be a good guideline for us. We'll just go ahead and follow this. And what I'll do is, after we're done fertilizing and we grab our seeder, I'm gonna look on the price list, or the, you know, what the shops are giving for each crop, and we're gonna see what's selling for the most. And that might not be the smartest way to do it, because as we all know, it takes time for these crops to grow, and by the time they grow and are harvested, the price might change and they might not be worth as much as they were. But it's a good guideline to see what would be the, what's in demand right now. But like I just said, what's in demand right now might not be in demand when it comes time to harvest. So we will bring this little guy back to our farm here. Just go park it down here so it's out of the way. Alright. Here we go. Alright, I'm just gonna hop in here real quick, start it up, and we'll see. Oh, I went past it. Duh, Freki. Alright, so by the look of it, it looks like soybean is by far the most yield per liter, and I know you don't get as many liters of soybean per harvest. But we're just gonna stick with soybeans for right now, like I said earlier, just so we can make money, because we're kind of desperate at the moment. But once we get on our feet, we'll start doing some other crops. We'll throw in a better crop rotation and stuff. Looks like our worker over there is doing a good job. Lift up the seeder. I don't know if you're supposed to leave it on and then just lift it up, but that seems to work pretty good. That way you don't have to push as many buttons when you come back down for the next pass. We're going to try to line this up so it's straight, and we're going to come over here and make a thumbnail for you guys, well, and for myself. At least we were able to do that without messing up and going off track. Score 1. I also don't know if you guys saw any of the previous time lapses, or maybe if it was in a video. Like I said, I get confused between what was time lapsed and what was actually recorded with, me talking. But we did buy a sprayer for our weeds because it was getting hard to handle them. I mean, usually I can manage not ever having to get a sprayer, and I can just keep using the weeder. But it was getting hard to manage. They would grow in halfway through, and then of course I'd want to wait till the whole field was covered, and by the time the whole field would be covered in weeds, then half of the weeds that already grew through would be up to maturity, and therefore they were impossible to actually use the weeder to get out. So we had to resort to the sprayer, but it works. It'd be kind of cool if eventually we could get the farm organic, and then at that point it would be necessary to just keep using the weeder, because of course it's not really organic if we're using herbicide on the field. But until then, we'll just keep making money the way we have been. Hasn't let us down yet. Hey, it looks like we're going to be done with this field before that guy's done over there. Well, kind of, because as soon as we get done planting this soybean in the field, we're going to have to go over it again with the fertilizer. So maybe it'll be about the same time. I really like this case tractor. I know it's like one that you start out with a lot on a lot of the maps, but you didn't start out with it on this map. It's one of the things we got the loan for, and this seeder. But I don't know, I just like the tractor. It has a cool look to it. I like the rear wheel wells with the lights on it. It looks cool. The beacons are nice and bright, like if you're driving around like underneath the bridge over... you can't see it. But if you're driving underneath something or next to another building, the beacons reflect real bright. Hold on, give me 1 sec. My cat is here. Oh, he's alright. I guess he's just going to lay down right by the mic. So if you hear a cat purring, I apologize. Like I've stated in previous videos, he just likes to help. He's an old cat. He's like 14 or 15 human years. He's old. You probably have heard him in previous videos if you've watched. He just does like an old cat meow. It's pretty funny. I'm rather impressed how good I'm actually doing this field. Usually, I miss pieces here and there quite often. And I have to go back and just get just a little teeny smidgen of the part that I missed. Another thing I noticed, which is kind of weird, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but if you do get this map and then you're coming in, you know how there's the picture while you're loading of the farm? Well, in that picture, this field right here in front of us, this cotton field, isn't shaped like this. It's just a square field. So after they took the screenshot of the field for the field or for the farm and, you know, made it the screenshot that we all see when we load in, they actually decided to change the field around. Kind of an interesting little thing, side note thing. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that or not. But next time you're loading up the game, take a look. Or loading up this map anyway. Just look at the field that they show you. Alright, this should be the last little bit. And then, like I said, we gotta go grab the fertilizer. Just do some more fertilizing on this field. And then if that guy's not done, then we'll take over from there. No sense in... Oh dang, he's got a nearly full grain tank? Oh no. I guess before we fertilize, we're gonna have to go over and empty out that guy. Let's run this one back to the farm underneath the parking area really quick and grab that other tractor. And if we're lucky, we'll catch him on his way back. The main reason I got this trailer is because with our new harvester, the one we have right here, our other trailer could only take one, so like when it unloads, it would only take one load and then it would have to be emptied. And this one's big enough that it will actually take 2 loads, which is very handy. Man, look at that harvester, it's getting filthy. We're definitely going to have to look into getting a power washer. What we'll do is we'll unload him real quick, and then we're just going to drive up to the other end of the field with this tractor. And then we can unload on our way back into the farm. Or back. Actually, what we'll do is, first of all, we will drive over this just to get rid of it. And we will park it near the header trailer, because we're going to have to put the header back on the trailer. And that way we can get 2 things done at once. We can empty the trailer, or empty the harvester, and then put the header back on the header trailer. Because it will not fit, as we have established, through into our farm without the header trailer, which is kind of cool. I don't imagine in real life you could drive around very many places with a super wide header. Things aren't designed that wide. Alright, so now we'll come back over here, grab our fertilizer spreader. One of my subscribers commented to me, and he said, he gave me a heads up telling me that there's a few contracts here that you get. Here, let's see if they have any here, for example, just so I can show you. Not at the moment, but there's a few of the contracts they'll give you that if you've seen the item spawn location, everything spawns inside the shop. And so they'll give you a contract, then you go to try to do the contract, and you know, you lease the equipment to use, of course, and when you go try to get the equipment out of the shop, it's actually impossible to get it out. Which we've seen in some of my other videos, how sometimes I struggle just to even get everything maneuvered out of the shop doors. But I guess from what he was saying is he did one, can't remember the equipment off the top of my head, I have to look it up, but with some of the equipment they gave him, it was impossible. He could not get it out of the shop. Oh, it was the Seed Hawk, and just that big, huge seeder that they, you know, like it's like the biggest one in the game, and they gave him the big quad track tractor. I think it's the Case quad track, and he could not get it out. It's pretty funny. Like I said earlier, I wish that they would have put the item spawn location out in the parking lot. Like, I mean, it's the same shop as on Felsbrunn, so they could have done the same idea as Felsbrunn. But that's something, if you were making a map, or I was making a map, anybody was making a map, that's something we would all overlook at first. So, it's alright. It's not like a major flaw or anything. It's just a minor overlook. Alright, so I think what we'll do now, instead of driving this back, is we'll head over here. Oh, he's almost done. And we will... Is that gonna get it all? Nice. And we'll hire a worker here to take over for us. This guy's completed his task, even though he's missed that little bit. So we'll grab the harvester. We'll take care of that little smidgen. Oh, this needs lime. No, stop, guy. Sorry, cycling through because I don't want to do this whole field and then have to come lime it. So what we will do is we'll take this to about right here. Just leave it here, and we'll grab our other tractor. We're just going to use our big Case one because it's here. And we'll grab the lime trailer. We'll start spreading lime over there. I knew one of the fields needed lime. Just wasn't sure which one it was. Hopefully our lime's empty. We're going to have to go refill it. Dang it. Yeah, it's way empty. Alright, I guess to the shop we go. Oh, here, this will be a good example so you can see how bright these beacons are. I turn on the ones on the little Fendt favorite when I'm going through here, and it's just got that single beacon that's not very big, and so you can't really see it on the walls here, but going through this bridge, check out how bright they are. That's pretty cool. So while this fills up, we're going to use the teleportation cheat codes we got going, because this takes a while. And we are going to get our harvester put away. After we get this little bit of soybean that was missed. Seriously? It's already full? I guess what we'll do is we'll have it start emptying into the trailer, and while it's emptying, we'll go grab our Case. I thought it would take longer than that. Alright. Now it can unload, turn the engine off, and we'll grab our Case tractor and head back to our farm. I like how the fertilizer, the lime spreader is not very far away from your farm. On some of the maps, it's like one of the best things you could have got was the lime spreader mod, because then you could place it on your farm, because you go through lime so quick, like incredibly quick, that you need to get it refilled all the time. And so to have to drive all the way to the shop, like when it's halfway across the map, or even, you know, just rather far, it can be a huge inconvenience, especially if you have a bigger field, and you run out of lime midway through your field, and then you have to go all the way back to the shop and refill your spreader, and then head all the way back just to finish your fill. It's kind of nice that this one's just literally right down the street, not far at all. So we will come up here and lay down the lime. I always get confused because I always think that even with this double spreader like this, that it's going to spread at least as far as the fertilizer does, but look, it doesn't. The single fertilizer spreader spreads a wider distance than this double one for lime. We'll go ahead and take care of this real quick. I like to do the lime myself when I can, because when you leave it up to a worker, they'll miss like this little bits here and there, which I mean probably doesn't affect your overall income very much, but I don't know, it could. It also kind of bugs me when I look at my map, when you bring up the menu and you look at your map there, and you see these little light blue dots everywhere. I know. Probably just nitpicking now. There's a crow flying across our field. Oh, he landed now. You're gonna get covered in lime, bud. I suggest you move. Oh, we missed him. Alright. We're about, what, a little over halfway done with this field? So lime doesn't take too long to spread, at least on these fields. But if you watch the tank down there, we're already almost, we're already 3/4 through it, a little over. This will take about half this tank to do this field. I'm actually surprised I haven't missed any yet. Don't get used to this. I'm usually not this good. I usually miss a huge strip all the way down and I have to go back and waste a whole bunch of lime just to cover up a teeny little bit. But maybe I'm just getting better. Who knows? I doubt it. This is probably all luck. Nice. All done here. So what we'll do now is we'll go we'll go put away this fertilizer spreader, or lime spreader. Vice versa. Can be used for both. This is pretty much just for lime for us though. Oop. That's if I can back it up smoothly. There we go. Just like that. And we'll bring the case back over and hook it back up to the seeder, because we will need that here shortly. Bam. And we're going to turn it off. And now we're going to go finish fertilizing the field. We'll get that taken care of, then we'll move everything over there around. Bring the harvester back and such. we're gonna start the fertilizing over here because we did that strip over there, and so I'm pretty sure it's gonna, because I like fertilizing with the after you've limed because it gives you a good, I mean, you can clearly see where you fertilized and where you haven't. And over there where we already fertilized, I'm pretty sure it's not going to remove the white, the lime. It's just going to stay covered in lime because there's already fertilizer. You can't throw down more fertilizer on top of it. Well, you can, but not in the game. It doesn't work that way. Oh, see? There we go. Classic Freki right there. See this? That's my signature. I overjudge it just a little bit. And, yeah, have to go back and fix it. So therefore, we're wasting all this fertilizer for that teeny little strip. I still am so impressed by the real dirt color mod. How it, I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? We're covered in lime. It's probably my favorite one is when you're driving through the lime that you've done. It makes your tractor all white. I just kind of wish it would stay longer, because watch. If you see my tractor, it kind of goes away rather quick. But then again, I haven't done it in real life, so I don't know. Maybe it is like that. Maybe the lime doesn't stick to your tractor very much. Oh, dang. Sorry, I'm using one of my broken PlayStation controllers. And it always throws the camera that way. Even if I don't touch that thumbstick, it just kind of shoots it over that way. But my other controller was, well, for my daughter who plays the PlayStation 4, her controller was dead, which is the one I'm using, and so I had to switch with her. So I can charge up her controller. Ah, I wish we could have got that little bit. Seems like a waste of fertilizer. It's another one of those thin strips like the ones I miss. Yeah, they still use the same amount of fertilizer even though you're not fertilizing that much ground. But check it out, it did change color. So look, we got double fertilizer right there. Huh, that's interesting. So you could lay down fertilizer, lay down lime, and then fertilize it again. Interesting. So yeah, we'll go take this back, put it away. Or actually, we're going to leave it right here, because we're going to need it in a little bit once we plant something here. Not sure what yet. Maybe just more soybeans so we can get a whole load of soybeans. Make some decent money off that. So all of our, because I think this field up here, our big one up here, has soybeans in it. Yeah, it does. Then all of our fields will have soybeans in them. Let's fold up the harvester and drop off the header right here on the trailer. There we go. And crash the camera into a tree. There we go. That wasn't so bad. 2 fields harvested. Let's park our harvester here out of the way, and we will go back and get our soybeans. Put them in our silo. And save them till we have a full trailer load full. Hey, get out of the field. Go away. Shoo. Still a cloudy day today. So that one field, just that one over there, gave us 9,000 liters of soybean. I'm not sure how much our big field will get us. We'll just leave this tractor here for now. But that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. We'll take care of the rest here in the next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. And as always, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day.